Imagine stepping into the UFC with just one eye, not metaphorically, literally blind in one eye, and still knocking people out cold. That's the story of Sharabutdin Magomedov, or as fight fans call him, Shara Bullet, a knockout phenom from Dagestan who's turning heads in the middleweight division, leaving a trail of chaos and questions everywhere he goes. But where did this one-eyed warrior come from, and how did he rise from the streets of Dagestan to the biggest stage in MMA? Magomedov isn't just another Russian fighter. Born in Dagestan in 1994, he grew up like many kids in the region. Tough, competitive, and hungry. At first, his dream wasn't to fight, it was football. But after getting kicked off his soccer team following an argument, that door slammed shut, and another opened. He turned to boxing, and from the moment he put on gloves, it was clear. This wasn't just a backup plan. This was destiny. His natural aggression, his sharp instincts, they translated fast. But he didn't stop there. After moving to Moscow, Shara discovered Muay Thai, and that's where he truly became the Bullet. He stormed through the Russian Muay Thai scene, winning a national title and stacking up an impressive 18-2 record. But just as his fighting career was taking off, life hit him with a brutal twist. While training in Thailand, Shara suffered a devastating eye injury. Despite undergoing multiple surgeries, the damage couldn't be undone. Over time, his vision deteriorated until he was completely blind in one eye. For most fighters, that would have been the end of the road. But for Shara Bullet, it was just another opponent to fight. In interviews, Magomedov has opened up about the psychological toll of losing his vision and the pressure of competing in a sport where seeing your opponent is kind of, well, important. But he also credits UFC legend Michael Bisping, who famously won a world title despite his eye injury, as a huge inspiration. Michael Bisping's story showed me it's possible, Shara once said. He proved you can overcome anything. Today, with 15 wins in 16 fights, and 12 of those by knockout, Shara Bullet is one of the most dangerous strikers in the UFC middleweight division. And the craziest part? He's doing it with half the vision of his opponents, but twice the fire. Don't underestimate the one-eyed man, Shara warns. Despite dominating in Muay Thai, Shara Bullet couldn't catch a financial break. Low fight purses and rising debts left him struggling just to find places to train. That's when he decided to make the jump into MMA. He started fighting in Asia, competing in promotions like Chinwu Men and the King Fighting Championship in China. And from the start, he was unstoppable, racking up an undefeated 11-0 record before the UFC came knocking. Shara made his UFC debut against Bruno Silva on October 21st on the biggest stage. He was then set to fight Ihor Potieria on June 22, 2024 at UFC on ABC 6. But Potieria got pulled to fight Michel Pereira at UFC 301, leaving Shara without an opponent. Eventually, newcomer Jolton Lutterbach stepped in, but had to withdraw after testing positive for a banned substance. In the end, Shara faced Antonio Trocoli instead, and once again, he showed out, scoring a third-round TKO and picking up a Performance of the Night bonus. Next, Shara faced Michał Oleksiejczuk on August 3, 2024 at UFC on ABC 7. It was another war, but Shara's skills shone as he won by unanimous decision, earning a Fight of the Night award. Then came his toughest test yet. On October 26, 2024, at UFC 308, Shara faced Armen Petrosyan and gave fans an unforgettable finish. The fight was fast-paced, both men throwing heavy kicks and trading shots. Petrosyan landed solid punches early, but Shara turned it up as the fight went on. In round 2, things got wild. Petrosyan landed multiple low blows, forcing referee Kerry Hatley to step in several times. But Shara stayed locked in. Then, history was made. With seconds left in the round, Shara pulled off something never seen before in the UFC, a double spinning back fist knockout. First spin, he cracked Petrosyan with a left. Without missing a beat, he spun the other way and landed another left. Petrosyan dropped instantly. No follow-up needed. Referee Hatley waved it off. On February 1st, 2025, at UFC Fight Night 250, Shara Magomedov stepped into the octagon to face one of the sport's most unpredictable strikers, Michael "Phenom" Page. However, for the first time in his career, Magomedov tasted defeat. As the fight began, the crowd erupted with chants for Shara Bullet as both fighters tried to control the distance. Magomedov opened with heavy leg kicks, while Page patiently looked for openings with his right hand. But it didn't take long for Page's signature movement and counter-striking to take over. By the second round, the stats revealed that Page had landed 12 unanswered strikes to the head. His jab kept finding a home, while Magomedov struggled to land clean shots. In the corner, Shara's team urged him to leave everything in the final round. Magomedov turned up the pressure late, but Page wasn't done. He stunned the crowd with a flying knee as the final seconds ticked down. When the bell rang, it was clear. Page had earned a statement win. In front of a roaring crowd in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Michael Page pulled off the upset, handing Magomedov his first ever MMA loss by unanimous decision. Two judges scored it 30-27, while the third had it 29-28, all in favor of Page. It was a clash of aggressive strikers, but it was the 37-year-old Page who impressed the judges with his control and precision. After the fight, with his hand raised, Page grabbed the mic and delivered his signature line.
"Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now."
Despite the playful trash talk, he had nothing but respect for his opponent. "I wanted to mix it up. Shara Bullet is an amazing MMA fighter. Regardless of this result,
he's gonna go on and do some amazing things."
The fight had plenty of build-up, with more than just Shara's hype surrounding it. Earlier in the week, controversy had overshadowed the event after American featherweight Bryce Mitchell made offensive comments, calling Adolf Hitler a good guy and claiming the Holocaust ain't real. UFC President Dana White condemned the remarks as beyond disgusting. But inside the cage, it was all business. For Page, this victory marked his second UFC win since joining the promotion the previous year, and his first fight at middleweight since 2012. Though normally a welterweight, Page admitted he took the fight because facing Magomedov was too good an opportunity to pass up. Magomedov entered the fight with a perfect 15-0 record, fresh off a viral spinning back fist knockout in October that had fans calling him the next big thing. After the fight, Page hinted that he might stick around at middleweight. "One thing I knew coming out was my body wouldn't be used to this weight. I've got some work to do at 170 pounds, so watch out guys, because I'm coming." But outside the cage, Magomedov's journey hasn't been without trouble. On March 15, 2022, Magomedov was involved in a disturbing incident at a shopping center in Dagestan. According to reports, and backed by security footage, Magomedov got upset after seeing a man and woman kissing in public on an escalator. He confronted them, and bystanders stepped in to separate the situation. But the story didn't end there. Moments later, cameras captured Magomedov waiting for the man at the mall exit, where he sucker punched him and stomped on his head. The video quickly went viral, leading to criminal charges being filed. As of now, those charges are still pending in court. The ongoing investigation also led to the postponement of Magomedov's highly anticipated UFC debut. Through all the hype, the controversy, and even his first loss, one thing remains certain. Shara Bullet's story is far from over. He's already delivered viral knockouts and made headlines, and while his undefeated streak is now behind him, the one-eyed Phenom still has fans convinced that he's just getting started. So, can Sharabutdin Magomedov bounce back from his first loss and still rise to become a UFC champion? This one-eyed knockout artist has already defied the odds more than once, and the next chapter of his story promises to be even wilder. If you believe Shara Bullet's journey is far from over, hit that subscribe button and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Will he rise again, or is this the beginning of the end? Leave your predictions, because this warrior isn't done yet, and neither are we.